They'll be calling you radical. There's been an earthquake right underneath the Fukushima plant, and everybody's going psycho crazy, and they should be. Now, it's 13 miles under. Let's talk about this. So I was asked yesterday by two different people in two separate interviews about China syndrome, what I felt like was going to happen. Look, China syndrome is very real. This going on, we're talking, what, 920 days over there? The tritium levels in TEPCO's own trenches over the last 90 days have told the tale, up 10 times, up 100 times, up another 10 times. As Einstein himself worked on this theory as far as the most powerful concept in others is compounding. It wasn't about finance. Compounding is about exactly this, fission. It's going on. Now, I was asked yesterday how I thought it would play out because nothing's been done. If you think China syndrome nuclear fission isn't real, you are as naive as they get. And if you believe any word that comes from Habe and these lying pieces of shit IAEA by now, the World Health Organization, the mass nuclear media, if you're believing anything, we are the media, period. Their credibility is completely gone, completely gone. So don't be posting the bullshit there. I mean, my accuracy and our small army's accuracy, we've told the tale in detail. We're the media, period. Now, what I believe will happen, as far as, because people have hypothesized, that's the word China syndrome, burn all the way through the earth. Well, it's going to continue to freaking, these are gamma alpha rays that have unforeseen in the history of mankind. This has never happened before. So we have to rely on science. And what we know as far as science, and the tritium levels are proving it over and over in TEPCO's own trenches. So, is it going to spew these giant glaciers up in the air? Maybe. But I believe this is exactly what happened just now, is what's going to happen. I think more and more of it's going to happen. And I think you're going to start to see eruptions and ruptures through the seawall into the Pacific. And how scary is this? Can you believe I mean, here's number 4 sitting there. And people say, oh, they went dry. Yeah, they did go dry. And a lot of that, and I cannot overemphasize this. I cannot overemphasize this. It is safer to live in Tokyo, Japan than San Francisco, California, Portland, Maine, New York City, New York, Lansing, Michigan, Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Vancouver, Canada, Toronto, Montreal, Glasgow, Scotland, London, England, Ireland, over and over and over. The wind was blowing out when the plume went over us, and the plume was heavy, very heavy. Radnet did not work. We know what the numbers were. They were gigantic, and cancer is spiking here. This is a big story. This is directly underneath, 13 miles under. Do I believe that it's the gamma rays have made it 13 miles down? Oh yeah, absolutely, easily. I mean, I remember TEPCO's trenches in the early days. I think about day 70 or 80, they went down, and they were already pouring thousands of feet down then. Einstein's own words. The most powerful force on Earth is compounding. That's exactly what's going on. That's the tritium levels. These guys have been in the tritium level. And I love it how all you guys will talk about tritium, xantrum, cesium, but nobody dares mention Pu. Pu, the heavy metal that's all over all of us. You don't get one without the other. Cancer is spiking. This is very real. You can stay in denial all you want. The black and yellow journalism, the Uncle Tom media, the Uncle Tom science world, they make me sick. The marine biologists, I will leave it with Rachel Carson, the only real marine biologist. This great quote of hers, I will leave it with that. This is a big story. And I think we're going to see more and more of this happen. Is number 4 going to end up going down? My guess it probably will, because there's nothing being done. The international, nobody's going to do that. So I think they're just like, let it fall and see what happens. I think the atomic world out there and the apparatus there be, they have no solutions. They're like, well, let's see. Just like when they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. Oppenheimer's own words. Did we know that it would suck out the entire atmosphere? We didn't know if it would suck out the entire atmosphere and end all of humanity, all of life on Earth, but we did it anyway. That's what's going on with them right now. It's the same thought process. They're doing this anyway. This isn't Russian roulette. This isn't freaking American roulette. It's Japan roulette. This is Earth roulette. And there are only double zeros on this wheel. Stand tuned, and I'll see if I can find out any more information. I got calls in. Yeah, you'll say, well, it's only 5.3, but it's directly underneath. You know, inlet a little bit, but it's scary shit. Yeah, number 4, yeah, hell yes. It's a big deal. All them spent fuel in there, moxied fuel in there, we're spewing. But what is China syndrome really doing? China syndrome is nuclear fission. It is nuclear fission. It's very real. We've never experienced it before. Never, never, never in the history of humanity. So the nuclear industry The lying scum, evil fucking cartel that they are. They're using us, they're using the earth as a human experiment, just like they did my father and the atomic veteran in the trenches. If you don't think it mutates the gene, think about this. His whole family's alive. He died young, the healthiest of them all. And then his son, me, gets the very same disease. If that doesn't prove gene mutation, I don't know what does. Stand.
We need to get subscribed and get this unity stronger and beat YouTube at their own game. Okay, that's what this is about. Like I say, go to the remix button, hit the remix button. That way you'll have this video and keep up with this. Otherwise, you know, YouTube's just going to control us, guys, and it's really bad.
Welcome to the abandoned land. Come on in, child, take my hand. Here there's no work or play, only one bill to pay. There's just 5 words to say as you go down, down, down. You know what that is? I said, do you know what that is? You're gonna burn in hell! I'll burn in hell! You can't believe all the things I've done wrong in my life. I don't even try, but I lived on the edge of the night. When I play with fire, don't want to get myself burned. You like no self-control. I think that it's time to turn before I burn in hell. I'll burn in hell. Take a look in your heart. Tell me, what do you see? It's black and it's dark, but it's not how you want it to be. It's up to you what you do and decide your own fate. Make your choice now to marry me, not too late. And then you burn in hell. Oh, burn in hell. You're gonna burn in hell. Oh, burn in hell. Don't you see no evil? Don't you lay no evil down on me? Speak no evil, don't you think no evil? don't you play with evil, cause I'm free. Hear no evil, don't you see no evil, don't you lay no evil down on me. Feel no evil, don't you think